This year, I've been playing a lot of new stuff and branching out quite a lot, revisiting some oldies but goodies, and finally getting to the games that I've had in my back pocket. And for the games I played this month, it's much of the same. Towards the end of last month actually, I played Rust for my main channel video, which I'd recommend you go watch. But at the start of the month, I started playing Pokemon Heart Gold on DS emulation. Now, I grew up with the DS IXL and played all the bangers like Mario Kart DS, Plants vs Zombies, and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. But one of the things I never got into as a kid for some reason was Pokemon. But recently, since I started playing Heart Gold, I've also started getting into collecting Pokemon cards, mostly just Totodile cards since I picked him as my starter. Yeah, I like him. W Totodile. But the game itself is just very fun. I guess turn-based combat never really fully interested me as a child, and even though we've owned several different Nintendo consoles over the years, it was never something my siblings and I ever got into. But better late than never, and it's a very calming game to play late at night when you got a YouTube video on the side and stuff. I'm still early in my playthrough, but I'll get back to grinding. And sometime during this month, I also returned to Skate for some reason. And even though it still doesn't have any of the sauce that the superior previous games have, I've said this since it came out and I still stand by it. It is a really fun game to mess around with for a while. The controls and animations are incredibly clean and satisfying when you hit a good line, but the map still feels off and the monetization still too in your face, and there's a ton of UI bugs and visual glitches that you would only get from 2021 OG Warzone or something, so it still needs polishing, but it's fine, I guess. And this month, I spent quite a bit of time with Counter-Strike Source. I played CSGO for a while, but stopped shortly after CS2's release since CS2 felt incomplete. And I got scammed for all my skins for a couple $100, which sucked. But I've had a blast on custom servers in CS Source. Normal surf maps, of course, are always fun. Combat surf was something I've always wanted to try, but of course I'd be ass at it. But I did get a couple kills. But where I spent a lot of time was in a couple of gun game servers. Gun game has always been something I've naturally gravitated towards in every game it's in, so naturally, with Source movement and CS guns, it was fun. It is definitely a unique experience playing this game from the early 2000s, still with plenty of players and even full service sometimes, but it's a good time. And I also beat Jedi Survivor after getting addicted to it for a week straight. Fallen Order was a great game with a great story and a big world, and Jedi Survivor is much of the same but with so much more. I went back to Fallen Order after beating the game and holy shit, I didn't realize just how different the games were. Honestly, Fallen Order is almost unplayable without all the new abilities and quality of life features from Survivor. Especially the blaster lightsaber style, my beloved. As for the story, it felt like a great continuum from the first game, while also getting me hyped for the third game coming, hopefully soon. And it's just more Star Wars stuff. Actually good Star Wars stuff, I should say. Also, I started watching Andor. This shit's so peak. And one of the releases I was looking forward to for quite a while is Road to Vostok. It's a single player, kind of stalkerish, kind of DayZ-ish, kind of Tarkov-ish, survival, kind of extraction shooter. But for a single dev working on it, it is so good already. Even for a fresh early access release, there is so much content and stuff to do, even though there's also a lot of polishing needed to be done as well. But people are so critical over this game for literally no reason. But Road to Vostok is a W. And Metro 2033, I've dug into playing all of the Metro games lately. I played Exodus for the first time midway through 2024, and another playthrough at the start of 2025, and attempted another one, but even though I've had 2033 and Last Light in my library all that time, I never really got to them. But why did nobody tell me that this shit was so peak? The earlier games are a lot more linear than Exodus, which I expected, but they dig into more of the horror elements and all the alien and spiritual shit that they barely do in any of the Exodus. What the fuck did I just say? They're a lot more linear than Exodus, which I expected, but they dug into more of the horror elements and all the alien and spiritual shit that they barely do in Exodus, which was so cool to see. I'm still early into Last Light, but from what I've seen and after playing Metro 2033, Metro 2039 is going to be so fucking good, bro. And towards the end of the month, I actually picked up Assassin's Creed Unity again. I first played it for about 7 hours or so in March of 2024, and it was fun for a time, but I dropped it because I was busy with school or something. But I've always viewed Assassin's Creed and everything as just Ubislop. But picking it up again, yeah, it's got some flaws. Movement and combat is janky at times. Visual glitches and regular bugs that you see from games this size are everywhere, but it's a very fun game. The story is unremarkable and very predictable, but it is memorable. And even as my first Assassin's Creed, it does seem like one of the better games, and like most games of this type, I got addicted and played it for a whole week straight. But I don't have much else to say. I don't know if I'll play another Assassin's Creed. I might go back and play 2, but I hear it still stands well. And the Black Flag remake or whatever seems interesting, but yeah.